Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And hello again. Hello to you all on this wonderful Thursday afternoon. And may I just ask, how was your evening? Did you have a good time? Yes? But you didn't drink as much as last time, did you? No? Well, that's good. We don't want you having more mad dreams about cats with guns and fire-breathing unicorns now, do we? No, we don't. Okay then, moving swiftly along. It's the last day of the month and the fourth day of this revision session. Are you all ready for today's revision session? Yes? Well, there's just one more thing to do then, isn't there? Yes, that's right. We have to solve the animal problem, don't we? So, you all know the drill? Gusti, enough! Cease and desist the silly dancing this minute. Margot, either you move out of the way of the telly or you have to leave and go and sit in the garden. And Nigel, wonderful hairy Nigel. Well, Nige, you know what we're going to ask, don't you? Yes, that's right. We need you to keep a lid on it for the next quarter of an hour or so. Okay? Olé! All right then. The animals have received their instructions, so we can begin. All right, well, here we are again, back in the studio, and it's the start of a brand new week. Another week of English approaches, and it looks like we're going to start with something we've seen before. Okay, so today we're going to have another quick look at the past continuous. Yes, I know, we've seen it all before, but this time I'd like to just present the past continuous in contrast with the past simple. I think that this is the best way to understand the difference between the tenses. So, if you'll let me, I'll begin. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so we know that most of the time we use the past continuous to talk about something that was already happening at a certain time in the past. If I ask the question, what were you doing at 5:30 this morning? Then we know that you were doing something that started before 5:30 and continued after 5:30. So you were doing something at that particular moment in the past. Now, we also use the past continuous when we're describing the background to something. Imagine that you're telling someone a story. The most important stuff is the main part of the story, the stuff in the foreground. But the background information provides information for people so that they can imagine what was happening and what it looked like. I can tell a story one way. I got up and left the house. I got onto my scooter and came to the studio. Now, let's face it, that's a pretty boring story, isn't it? There's no information to create a picture in your head, is there? Now, what about the same story told in a slightly different way? I got up. The birds were singing and the sun was shining. I left the house and saw that my neighbor was cutting the grass in his front garden. Everyone in the street was moving. Some people were going to work and other people were taking their kids to school. I got onto my scooter and came to the studio. There were cars and buses and other vehicles everywhere. Everyone was going to work. Now that time, the story was much more interesting, wasn't it? Yes, I gave you more information, and I also used the past continuous to set the scene, to provide a picture of what was happening in the background, so that you could imagine things better. Okay, now, we often also use the past continuous and the past simple together. We contrast the two of them. One is a long idea and one is a short idea. With the past continuous, we know that we're often talking about something that started before a point in the past and continued after that point in the past. With the past simple tense, we know that the action or event started and finished in the past. So it's a shorter idea, a shorter action, a faster event, something that was over quickly. So we often use the past simple when we're talking about a shorter event or action which interrupts a longer event or something that happened in the middle of a longer event. So have a look at this example. Eddie and Richie are looking at the carrot when it explodes. Do you see? We're using the two tenses to highlight the difference in the sort of event or action. An explosion is always very quick, very fast. So it's not a normal logical idea to use a continuous tense with something like an explosion. The action of looking, on the other hand, can take a long time. We can have a quick look, but we can also look at something for a long time. Now, in this sentence, we highlighted the difference. The fact that something quick and short interrupted a longer action, something which started before it and carried on after it, by using the past continuous for the long or longer action, and by using the past simple for the short, quick action which interrupted the longer action. Okay, so let's practice a few more of those, shall we? We'll do the first one together, and then you can finish the rest on your own. Okay? Last week, I cleaned my flat when I fall off a chair and break my ankle. Okay, there are 3 verbs in that one, so are you ready? Well, let's look at the sentence logically. We've got 3 verbs. The verb to clean, the verb to fall, and the verb to break. Now, which verb would you normally think would be a longer idea? Yes, that's right, the verb to clean. We can use the verb to clean in the past simple, and sometimes we use the verb to clean as a quick idea. But here, well, I think that here we need to use the verb to clean with the past continuous. So, last week I was cleaning my flat when? Okay. What about the next one? Well, it's the past simple, isn't it? This action interrupted the longer action. I started cleaning my flat, and while I was cleaning my flat, something happened. Something quick, which interrupted the cleaning. I fell off a chair. Remember that the verb to fall is irregular. Fall becomes fell in the past simple. Okay, and what about the third verb? Well, again, it's a past simple idea, isn't it? I broke my ankle. Again, it's something that happened quickly. Ankle okay, snap, ah! Ankle broken. Normally, when things break, they break quickly. Snap. Okay, so that means that our completed sentence is: last week, I was cleaning my flat when I fell off a chair and broke my ankle. Brilliant! Okay, and as I'm sure you all remembered, the verb to break is also irregular. Break becomes broke. Good. Now, here are some more for you to do, and you've got the time it takes for the Sweeney to finish. Great! So, what have you got? Well, we know the answer to the first one, so let's move on to number 2. Doreen Benchfield had an accident. Okay, first verb, long or short? long in this case. So, past continuous. She was crossing the road. Good. And what about the next verb? Well, this is the action that came in the middle of the longer other action. This is the interrupting action. So, past simple. Regular verb, slip becomes slipped. As Doreen Benchfield was crossing the road, she slipped on a banana skin. Great! Well, obviously not great for Doreen, but great, we finished the sentence. Next. Okay, well, what about this next one? What do you think? Long or longer action? Fall? Slip? Well, this isn't The Matrix with Keanu Reeves, is it? No. So when we slip, is it normally quick or slow? Does it take a long time to slip? No. So this must be past simple. Okay. And what about falling? Well, if you fall from the moon to the earth, it'd take a long time. But here, in this sentence, Doreen's in the street, not on the moon. This is also very fast. So, aha! It's a trick question. Both of these verbs are past simple. Two things happened, one after the other, in the past, and they're finished. It's past simple for them both. Slip is regular, we add ed, and fall is irregular, fall becomes fell. Doreen slipped and fell. Brilliant. Next. Well now, this one is back to a combination of past continuous and past simple. So, which one is which? Well, which one is the longer action logically? Yes, that's right, lie. It normally means that we stay in one place for a longer time, doesn't it? When we lie down on a bed, for example, we normally stay there, don't we? Yes. So, the first one is past continuous. Good. And what do we have to be careful about? Yes. That's right. If a verb ends in ie, then when we add ing, we replace the ie with ying. So lie becomes lying. And what about the other two? Well, sometimes stop can take a long time. If a train is traveling at full speed and tries to stop, then it normally takes a long time. But here, it should be a quick, fast idea. The policeman stopped the traffic. Past simple. And then, well, he did one thing and then he did another thing. Both in the past, a 1-2 sequence. It's past simple again for this verb. And remember, stop is regular, go is irregular, go becomes went. She was lying in the road when a policeman stopped the traffic and went to help her. Fantastic! On we go. Next. And a different one now. This one's not about Doreen. This one's about people at the circus and an explosion. So, watch and explode. Two verbs. Which one is the longer action? Which one is the shorter action? Yes, of course. Watch is longer. And the short, quick, fast, interrupting action? Of course, explode. So, past continuous for one, past simple for the other, and explode is regular. They were watching the great Belendi perform on the trapeze at the circus when the bomb exploded. And that's all the time we've got for today. Yes, folks, our time is up. So, until tomorrow, if you need more English, you know where you'll have to go, don't you? Yes, that's right. Until tomorrow, until the final day of the week and the last lesson of this, week 50. If you need more English, you'll have to rush along to the M5 TV website, which is located at www.m5tv.hu. Now, once you get there, go to the section where all the shows are listed alphabetically and scroll down until you get to Soloi Meg. In amongst all of those, you'll find the older and not so old English lessons, our video lessons, and you can watch them as many times as you like. Also, in the same section, you can find the vocabulary lists, just in case you feel like brushing up on some vocab. Okay then, that's all from us, so until tomorrow, keep on having fun. See you later, bye!